It is 2026. After decades of high-profile data breaches and massive investments in cyber defenses, corporate boards are somehow still arguing over a single question: where exactly does the Chief Information Security Officer sit on the org chart? When a cyber crisis hits, companies often treat their organizational structure like a magic lever. The assumption is that pulling the CISO out of one department and dropping them into another will automatically improve security. Every year, surveys try to find the perfect home. Should the CISO report directly to the Chief Executive Officer, the Chief Information Officer, or maybe the Chief Risk Officer? The reality is that rearranging these boxes does not stop hackers. Cybersecurity failures rarely happen because a reporting line was drawn incorrectly. If a company is still endlessly debating the org chart, it reveals something much more concerning. It shows they misunderstand what a modern security leader actually does. Historically, information security was a purely technical discipline. It belonged deep in the basement of the IT department, managed by teams entirely focused on configuring firewalls, locking down servers, and monitoring network traffic. This diagram illustrates the expanding scope of modern risk. Cyber threats have moved beyond the server room to target the core logic of the business. A breach immediately impacts legal, human resources, supply chain operations, and an entire ecosystem of external vendors. Because these risks are woven into every department, a CISO's first 100 days are defined by a specific reality. No technical fix survives a cultural or organizational barrier. To implement change in legal, HR, or operations, the new leader must first map stakeholders and build the credibility required to influence behavior across those silos. Without sufficient organizational authority, a CISO has no leverage. They cannot force changes in behavior across different departments or drive any meaningful operational improvements. Treating cybersecurity as an isolated IT problem rather than an enterprise-wide leadership priority guarantees systemic vulnerability across the entire business. The reporting line does carry weight, but the goal isn't to find a universally correct executive title to slot the CISO under. This flowchart demonstrates the actual value of a reporting structure. If a CISO is buried 3 layers deep, their influence fades out before reaching the people making the strategic decisions. The reporting line matters entirely because it dictates immediate access and credibility. This brings us to a persistent corporate myth: the idea that the Chief Information Officer and the CISO are locked in a natural conflict, where IT wants to build things quickly and security wants to slow them down with controls. That view is decades out of date. In an environment built on cloud platforms and automated DevOps pipelines, security cannot function as an external auditor. It has to be embedded directly into the technology strategy from the start. The relationship between technology and security should be engineered for alignment. Any reporting structure should be judged entirely on whether it accelerates the CISO's influence, rather than whether it avoids fictional turf wars. In practice, a CISO's success depends heavily on the specific executive they report to. If that superior understands cyber risk and is willing to actively champion the security agenda directly to the board, the specific title on their door is irrelevant. An organization's ongoing obsession with rearranging this reporting line is actually a massive corporate red flag. It points to a deeper governance gap. It tells us that the business has not yet accepted cyber risk as a strategic, board-level issue. True organizational resilience is never manufactured by sketching a perfect org chart. It is built entirely on strong governance, clear accountability, and a corporate culture that integrates cyber risk into its core business strategy.